In this module, we'll be taking a look at our third E of modern work culture, experience. Now, the employee experience today begins the moment a recruiter reaches out to well beyond an employee's final days in office. And a lot of the employee experience is rooted in the relationships we have. Many people today actually enjoy the people they work with and might even go so far as to call them friends. The term work bestie is something we're seeing pop up more and more. A work bestie or BFF can be defined as your go-to person in the office for everything, someone who you actually enjoy spending time with and will likely remain friends with well after you've left the company. It turns out, though, that having friends in the workplace is also beneficial for employers. When people enjoy who they're working with, they are 7 times more engaged in what they're doing. They're likely to be more loyal to their company, 57% more productive in what they're doing, and overall, they'll experience less stress and more enjoyment. Younger employees are also looking for closer relationships with their managers, often turning to them as coaches and mentors. The fact of the matter is, we spend 1/3 of our lives at work. And because of this, we're looking for more meaningful relationships with our employers and colleagues. They're looking for relationships characterized by trust, openness, understanding, acceptance of failure, and a space for growth. This is key when looking to establish things like employee loyalty. In fact, 46% of people see being able to be their true selves in the office as the key factor for staying longer than 5 years. Also key to employee loyalty is the way that we recognize and reward our staff. We're currently experiencing what I like to call a recognition renaissance, where rewarding your employees needs to not only be frequent, but it needs to be very unique and personalized to the individual. At Trend Hunter, we've been looking at the insight repayment-based benefit. Here we're seeing employers actually paying off the student debt and loans of their employees. Not only does this show how much the employer actually cares about the employee, but it really makes an impact on the employee's quality of life, which ties into our next topic of work-life balance. Studies suggest that almost 70% of employees today do not feel that they have good work-life balance. And the United States falls into the bottom 20% of countries for this category. And while employers are definitely starting to be more flexible in allowing their employees to work remotely or choose their own hours, what work-life balance means to someone is going to be unique. In order to really make an impact for your employees, you need to allow them to decide what work-life balance means to them. This will ensure that employees are not only more engaged, but that they're well rested and ready to tackle the company's goals and objectives. That wraps up the module on our third E of modern work culture, experience. Some key takeaways for you to remember. The employee experience today is nothing like it used to be, and employees are expecting much more from you, their employers, than ever before. By allowing them to define their own work-life balance and giving them space to create authentic relationships, you can ensure that your employees are better rested and more engaged. On a scale of 1 to 5, rate your relationships at work. What would you change? And how can you behave more like a coach versus a manager with your direct reports?